Constant self-revelation. Do not oppose the essential soul when it reveals itself. That self-revelation is constant. Even when the thickest clouds mask the soul's brilliant light, it shines with all its power. It carries the world and every human being to the goal of its fulfillment, a goal that transcends all definitions. The soul speaks without speaking. It acts without acting. With it alone do we ascend those steps to which we are impelled by the impulse of that which is truly life in its most profound mysteries. Then shall you rejoice in God. This is the secret of thirst and the mystery of its quenching. Heeding the vision. We heed the call of the holy discourse that descends from the heights. We gather the impressions that spark like lightning, that are revealed from the heights of the soul, from its roots. Every revealed vision is a voice that calls from the heights, from the source of knowledge, from the treasury of life within the soul of the life of all worlds. It is revealed to each individual in accordance with the purity of his essence, the purification of who he is in essence. To the degree that the sins that divide one from one's Maker, the Maker of all, are removed, so does the voice go forth from the source of supernal oneness with the greatest and truest revelation. Whatever one creates, whether physical or spiritual, must be properly prepared and purified. The holy yearning for godly exaltedness in the beauty of its glory, clothed within the perfect robe of ethics in all walks of life, must go forth, creating its own path. Then the dividing walls flee. A direct light and a direct voice arrive, imbued with the treasury of life and the wisdom of truth. The ear hears and the eye sees. God has made them both. The inner spark. The very essence of the soul, which expresses and experiences the true spiritual life, requires complete inner freedom. This freedom is its life. This freedom comes to the soul from the midst of its essential thoughts, its inner spark. One's learning and contemplation cause this spark to continually flame. But really, this independent spark is the basis of idea and thought. If room is not provided for the independent spark with its light to appear, then whatever comes to it from without will be of no avail. This spark must be guarded in its purity. Then the inner thought, in the depth of its truth, in its greatness and exaltedness, will awake. Then this holy spark will not be extinguished because of any learning and any contemplation. The internal unity of the soul in the core of itself represents the supernal greatness of the illuminated divine seed. Light is sown for the righteous. From this seed, the fruit of the tree of life shall sprout and blossom. The liberated gaze. The more you perceive your spiritual state, the more will you realize that all of your images can be limitless. Your ability to visualize can be fully attained. So visualize, to whatever degree, greatness and strength. Still, you will attain less than a drop from the ocean of what can be grown and ennobled. Your liberated gaze, touched with the joy of refined imagination, might satisfy you. That still won't approach the smallest degree of the true state of Eden within all of existence, all of which reveals supernal joy, that Eden of the Creator of all worlds. The freedom of inner creativity. Spiritual creation is free. It doesn't deal with any superficial influence. It creates in accordance with the journey of its spirit to the core. To the degree that its essential faith grows, so does it rise to the heights of truth. On the other hand, falsehood and the evil attached to it come only from a superficial influence. This influence affects spiritual creativity like a scab. It commands spiritual creativity to speak with the power of falseness and not according to its own spirit. He has chosen to follow the command, Hosea 5 verse 11, the command, the sages say, of idolatry. Lights, new and alive. Attaining understanding from your own consciousness is the highest point of spiritual elevation. That which you learn, you grasp from without, and it descends in its character. How different this is from the expression that rises from the midst of your soul. That which you learn is at best a profound idea teaching you to draw forth what is hidden in your heart, in the depths of your soul, the essence of what you can comprehend from your consciousness. Your consciousness streams forth constantly, creative and active. The supernal, creative person does not create but only duplicates. He draws lights, new and alive, from a supernal source to where they have never been, from a place the eagle has not known, where no eye has gazed, no man has passed, none has dwelled. When such personal greatness is revealed, one's ear is faithful, one's heart hearkens and says nothing that it has not heard from its teachers, the true, righteous prophets, whose mouths are true with the word of God. The light of our imagination. All truth and greatness exist in the treasure house of imagination. It gradually becomes successively refined as it passes through a number of conduits of the intellect, which reduce and purify it. We are summoned to appear in the light of our imagination, in the full splendor of its life force, in the complete, precious, beautiful greatness of its holiness on the world plane. There, all of humanity will gaze towards us and stream towards us. Our rational intellect is no more than a small student who partially explains all the light of life that rests within the treasure house of our rich, holy imagination, which lives on an exalted plane of life, which influences realistic existence with the solid essence of its being. Let us acknowledge the greatness of strength of life, of our supernal imagination, which transcends all arid straits and limitations that are part of the conditions of an impoverished, dry existence. With the strength of imagination, suffused with the richness of life, we rise higher and higher. Imagination unites with supernal intellect, to which the name intellect is not really fitting, because it is so great and brilliant. Guard the hidden treasure, the nameless wisdom, the divine lightning flash, which blazes and sparkles from one end of the world to the other, the treasure in the way of life that the mouth of God has spoken, so that He may teach them to us on the paths of faith and education, higher in the heavens. These ways of life rise, ever higher and higher, and they descend in the strength of their selflessness to inherit the land, to guide the masses of the nation, to revive the dead, to support the humble, to beautify and glorify all those who walk in darkness. Return, come, return and live, be a nation, be a holy people and a supernal nation, as you were meant to be from the very beginning. Find for yourself the depth of the greatness of who you are. Rise to your own great strength. Do not fear the criticism of man. Do not be upset by the dreams of the foolish. raise the supernal banner over everything, the banner that shall be flourished by the nation chosen by God, the God of the world.